Castles were the rich homes of old times. Whether they belonged to a king or a clan, each was built to their owner's taste. Some castles of the old have been maintained for tourists to learn the history, others have been turned into hotels, and others have just been left to waste. The castles I'm going to talk about today are not your typical Disney happy, cheery castles, but ones with dark history and paranormal activities, so I recommend you visit these castles during the day. Please be aware that some of the details can be quite graphic. Labcastle was built in the 13th century by the O'Bannon clan, who were the secondary clan to the O'Carroll clan. It is believed the castle was built on top of an ancient Druid burial site, as you do if you want to piss off some Druids. In 1513, the Earl of Kildare, Gerald Fitzgerald, unsuccessfully tried to seize the castle from the O'Bannon clan, but 3 years later he was back, and during the fight he partially demolished part of the castle. In 1557, the ruthless O'Carroll clan took back the castle, and the family began bloodshed within themselves, following the death of head honcho Mulrooney O'Carroll in 1532. Fights began in the family for the right to be the head chieftain of the clan. One day, one of the brothers was holding mass for the rest of the family, and another brother came in, stabbing him and leaving him to bleed to death on the floor. The chapel became known as the Bloody Chapel, and the ghost of the brother is still said to haunt the area. Another incident with the ruthless O'Carrolls was when they had hired mercenaries to do their pillaging and fighting for them. They invited the mercenaries back to the castle for a meal, drink and entertainment as a thank you. And when the mercenaries were drunk, the O'Carroll clan poisoned their food, slit their throats, and for good measure, just to finish them off if the poisoned food didn't get them and their slit throats didn't work, they threw them into the oubliette where a ground full of spikes was waiting for them. Oubliette means to forget, and boy did the O'Carroll clan forget all about their victims the minute they were thrown down there. The O'Carroll clan eventually died out, and the castle went to the Darby family in 1659. Jonathan and Mildred Darby would hold seances in the castle to talk to the supposed ghosts, and Mildred Darby wrote Gothic novels about the castle and its ghosts. Mildred is said to have summoned something called It, and no, not Pennywise the clown. It is said to have the body of a sheep, a human face with black eyes, and it is said to smell like rotten flesh. The couple is said to have vacated the castle around 1922, and the castle lay derelict until the new owner, Peter Bartlett, bought it in 1974. He hired a builder, Joe Sullivan, and both started working on restoring the castle until Peter's death in 1989. Other ghosts at the castle is said to be 2 little girls who may have been part of the O'Carroll clan, and a lady in red who may have been their victim. The 2 little girls are called Emily and Charlotte, and it is said that Emily died when she was 11 from falling from the top of the castle. The 2 girls have been running around the halls and the stairs. Witnesses have also claimed to have seen the ghost of Charlotte dragging her sister around by her legs. And to be fair, I would actually be that sister. The lady in red is said to have been the most seen ghost at the castle by the owners, workmen, and visitors. She is seen with a dagger in her hand and her arm held up high as if she is ready to stab someone. Her story is that she was captured by the O'Carroll clan, tortured, raped, and became pregnant. The baby was killed, and in return she killed herself from despair. The new owners have reported paranormal activities around the castle, with one of the owners actually being injured as his ladder mysteriously gave away, resulting in him having a broken arm. The ghosts and their activities have not scared the couple away yet, and the castle still gets visitors hoping to get a glimpse of their oldest residents. Glamis Castle is based in Glamis, Scotland, and has been the home of the Earls of Strathmore since the 14th century. The castle is said to have at least 20 ghosts, and there is a rumour that there's a secret room that was used to kill enemies used protection for the families, and dark magic was also said to be performed in the room. Lady Jeanette Douglas was accused in 1537 of witchcraft, but her real crime was plotting to murder James V of Scotland, and she was executed by burning at the stake. She has become known as the Grey Lady and is said to have been seen on top of the clock tower and around the chapel area. The Earl of Clifford was said to have been a very cruel man to servants. Although I could find no evidence on how and when he died, it is believed he sold his soul to Satan whenever he was playing a game of cards, and he got the best of them and killed him. A lady staying in the Blue Room claimed to have seen his ghost floating over her while she was in bed. When she closed her eyes for a few minutes and opened them again, he was gone. So was she dreaming, or did she really see his ghost? The other ghosts are of a servant girl who witnessed something she should not have. She was chased and had her tongue cut out, and she was killed by the castle guards, and she has been seen wandering the halls with blood pouring from her mouth, still crying. And the other is the monster of Glamis Castle. Thomas Bowes-Leon was the son of the 11th Earl of Strathmore and was said to be born badly deformed on the 21st of October 1821. The record showed he died the day he was born. Many believe he lived to a certain age and in a secret part of the castle, hidden away because of his deformities. If you count the windows outside on the top floor and then you count the windows inside, you are always going to come up too short. Mayhem Castle is near Uttenberg in the Longueuil region of Salzburg, Austria. The castle was built in roughly around 1191, although there is evidence to show that during the Roman times the castle was beginning to be built. It is known as the Witches' Castle, as the Salzburg witch trials were held here between 1675 and 1690. The witch trials seen the execution of 139 people, most of who were males, and the youngest of them all was 10-year-old Hanrel. Those who were executed were burned, hanged, and beheaded, and most were marked with a burning iron. The cries of all those who were executed can still be heard on the castle grounds from time to time. Their screams represent the amount of pain they endured before they were executed. The castle was eventually abandoned in 1790 and it fell into disrepair. Sometime later, the mutilated bodies of cattle and deer were found in the castle grounds. No evidence was found on who the culprit or culprits were, but locals began to believe and spread rumours that werewolves had descended on the castle and it made it their home. With more mutilations, local people were rounded up and taken to the castle. They were tortured and killed as they were believed to be the werewolves. Superstitions really got the better of people back then, and so many innocent men, women and children lost their lives. In 1886, Count Johann Wilczek bought the castle and restored it to its former glory, minus the torturing. The castle still belongs to the Wilczek family, and they and staff have reported hearing banging, footsteps and breathing coming from someone they can't see. Apparently you can still visit Mayhem Castle, but I can say this is one castle I will be staying away from. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you all in my next one. If you visit any of these castles, let me know in the comments below.